first carry now for Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson off to the races. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adrian Peterson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
The throw on second down is Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Last year, New Orleans dead last, number 32 in passing defense. Something that was exploited game after game. You know, though, those guys are tired of hearing about it. Now they just want to fix it.
And you fix it with players playing better. We know that. But also you fix it with scheme. You look at what you have and say, can we play the style that we played in 2016? And you and I both know the New Orleans defensive staff, they like to be aggressive. They like to get after the quarterback, put their guys in a lot of man coverage. Maybe we'll play a little more zone in 2017, take some of the pressure off of the back end of the defense.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Here's Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Haoli Kikaha in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Halfback sent in motion. Third and long, it's Tannehill. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at about the 28. And bulldozing his way through. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. From midfield, here's Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lawrence Timmons coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
A play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Walt Aikens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not...
And nowhere to go. He goes down to the turf in the end zone. Tannehill taken down for the safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ray Malaluga coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. On second down, Peterson. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. With that last carry, Adrian Peterson has gone over 12,000 yards in his career. He becomes the 16th member of that elusive club.
How about that? The next 3 guys that are on the list that he can pass, all Hall of Famers. Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, and Marcus Allen. No wonder his dad called him AD for all day. That man can go.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now the 9th-year man from LSU, Thomas Morstead, on to punt. The dangerous Jarvis Landry back for Miami. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. And out come the Dolphins now. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And he's able to put it through. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. Tannehill now on the option left. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
There hasn't been much to crow about when we talk about defenders in New Orleans in recent years, but Cameron Jordan certainly is a guy that we should respect.
Is he what they will kind of build around on that line?
Yeah, they have to, because not only is he a good player out on the edge, he can work inside a little bit as well, but it's his leadership and his passion for the game that they'll really utilize.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On first down, Tannehill. Dancing to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second and 10. Tannehill once more. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Now the offense lining up first and 10. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. But they face a second and long to start things out. Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. Third down here.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on third and 12.
No surprise at all.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now Tannehill. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
And he'll let it fly in the direction. That's caught inside the 20. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 67 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know, there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
On second down, here's Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And that's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that's going to open the lead up now to 3 scores at 18-0. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. A reminder, later tonight, the Colts, they'll be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And then Monday night, it's the Redskins getting a second straight night game as they'll head down to Arrowhead to take on KC. We're in October already. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. This one's moving fast.
On first down, it's Tannehill. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game. Another miss.
Still on his feet. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Tannehill now to give to Ajayi. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now it's Tannehill. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 23 yards on the play. From the red zone now, Tannehill. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to Parker again, and now it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Now it's Ajayi. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And it's 3rd and short. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking long for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. 52 yards. The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Breeze. Flushed out right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Lawrence Timmons. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes defense makes a good play, too.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And that is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Breeze now. Escaping the pressure right. It's brought in right side by Ginn. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Dolphins getting set to go here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And the Saints signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's taken in at the 9. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a do that? I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw on second down is Tannehill. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out of there. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Shift together here from the D-line. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So now here come the Dolphins. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Here's Tannehill. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Breeze. Finding room to the 20. Left side and caught by Fleener. And he's brought down. Breeze finding Fleener for New Orleans first.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Again, it's Breeze. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Willie Snead, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Tannehill on first down. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 40 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Here's Ajayi. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
Well, as the play call comes in on third down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They run again with Ajayi. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard at the 4-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard...
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Jay Ajayi, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Gabe Wright with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but they didn't...
And the pressure gets to him again. William Hayes in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just about on his own goal line. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Tannehill. Being chased out left. It's complete to Parker left side. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And Devontae Parker was one of 3 Miami receivers to go over 700 yards last year, along with Jarvis Landry and Kenny Stills.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. They run with Ajayi. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, we know that someone has absolutely no fear. 4th down, they throw it downfield. That ball was competed for by both the defender and the guy catching it, and he comes down with it. Now they got 1st and goal. What a big-time play.
And he is out of bounds here. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive line.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Ryan Tannehill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays. Don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
And he'll bang that one through. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. How does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here? Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A gain of 32 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Now Breeze. Hard throw, incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Breeze. And a sideline pass that's caught by Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a pickup of 19. And that leads to a New Orleans first. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Here's a screen to Powell. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. The Saints on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And the lead is up to 18 now. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And his throw is incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And throw right side complete to Parker. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either Phillip.
Jarvis Landry past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And did the Dolphins get it? Yes. Miami football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to throw, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Wake in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Breeze is looking to throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
Breeze going to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll let it. And this is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And out come the Dolphins now. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This is Ajayi. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And to give this time to the tailback. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
That is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete.